Hello. Today we are going to discuss the dashboard. This is the main screen of Odo, and here you see just above the sale is this is the dashboard. So you just click on this dashboard, and once you click on it, then it loads up. Here you see there is three sections. First section is for the sale, another is for the finance like accounts, and the last one is logistics. What are our liabilities? This is our income, sales. This is the finance, and then last is the our liabilities, our assets, and so on, logistics related things. So first we see take a look into the sales, then finance, and last in the procurement process. Here's the sales. First filter for us is like you can filter it out by days, you can filter it out by 30 days, 90 days, and so on up to 3 years. And you can also put the selected range period as well. And here's the second option is for the country. You should select the country wise sale. You should select the product wise sale, that which product sold the most. And you have also option to filter this report out by a customer. Like I click on this, here you see system only shows the sales related to that customer. You can also select the multiple customer at once. And the very next, you have also option to select by the product categories, like which item sold the most. Here are the list of product categories like cherry tomatoes, cucumbers, and so on. And the very next is the sale team, sale person, and source column where you put the filters here. As you see, this is the main dashboard where you see average orders, revenue, their order number, which are how many sale order in last 90 days, and which what are the quotations present in system in last 90 days. So these are the quotation, this is the revenue, and this is the average order price shows up here. And this is the monthly sales dashboard where you see the sales inside the December, because the system put the record in the December. So it shows up in the Decembers. And once you put your sale in rest of months, then it also shows up here in the rest of month as well. So when you scroll up, here's the scroll bar. You should scroll down and see what are the top quotations. This is the top quotes from the customers. Like this is the revenue, and these are the salesperson, and this is the top sale orders, which should be confirmed. The revenue which have, or the order which have revenue higher most is this the order. And once you scroll down, then system shows up also the top countries from where orders come, and this is the top products, which products sold the most. This is the 161 orders, and this revenues like that, and so on. A list of products appeared here. And also system shows up the category wise which category sold the most, and the our top customers in this list here, which customer should buy more, have more sale order in our system. So system also shows up here. And in the very below, here's a top sale teams, which is the top sale team should appear here. And also a top sale person also should appear here with their orders number. Like you can also see the salesperson, order number, and their total revenue. Which salesperson sold the most should appear here in this list. If a multiple salesperson, then system shows up a multiple, one by one with the first, second, third, and so on record here. And you have also source and medium, like order comes from where, either the online tools or manually through call or so on. Like this is the source column. Here you see these are the sources, and these are the mediums like LinkedIn, phone, television, and so on. So this is basically the sales overview. Here you see your sales in the last 7 days, 30 days, 90 days, 3 years, so on, with the multiple attributes like top quotes, top salesperson, top product sold, which category sold the most, And the very next you have option to products, like which product is the most best sold and how many items the unit price sold for this item. Here you see this is the cucumber loose alwaha. This is the most sold. This is the file. This is the most sold product with this quantity, and this is the best category which sold the most with this revenue. And here you see best sale by revenue, product wise. Chart is shows up here, like this product sold with this revenue like 47478 QAR. So this is the cucumber, like has appeared here in the top list, sold up the most. And you can also filter this report by product wise, like if you want to enter any other product, like I enter this, so you could also shows or see other product. And here is also a filter, like you can see last 7 days, 30 days, 90 days, and up to so on 3 year. And you can filter that's out in case of category wise. This is the product categories, product families, or whatever you call. And once you scroll down here, bestseller by unit sold, these are the units like quantities, QTY orders. Okay, 138117. This is the quantity, like this. Here you see this is the quantity appeared here, this is the quantity, and this is the revenue against each product, like this. 005 product sold 4747, amount is also appeared here. And below is this quantity wise, how many quantities sold for this item is also appeared in this chart. And the next best sale product, item wise, like what best sale in first, second, third, and so on, system shows this up. And also which categories sold the most, like cucumber, and the second one is zucchini, and the third and fourth, and so on. So this is the product wise rapport between these dates. And the very next section we have accounts, like once you use your full accounts, then you can filter it out by your custom dates, by your custom filters, in which month and which menu. Like I select 1st December to 31st December, then it shows up the sales between that. And here's the current. It shows up a zero because currently no invoice is done yet, so that's why it shows up a zero and invoices appear. So here you can see the current income, the receivable, current expenses, payable, all the records of accounting. Here you can see in this screen. And below is your journal, like from the cash received, spent, closing bank balance is this, and then the profit, how many percentage of profit in the year, in the current and last year. System shows the positions, average debitors days, creditor days, and short-term cash forecast, and so on, with yearly comparison. Also the profitability for income, cost of revenue, expenses, and what are the net profit here. And the last one is the balance sheet, and what are the net assets in your last year and current year. So this is the accounts related things, where you see your balance sheet, your income, your expenses here. And the very next is invoice, how many number of invoices are unpaid, the average invoices paid, invoice by monthly. Here you graph a month wise graph, and you have also option to filters up to 3 years. And what are the top invoices which currently present in the draft state? Here's the top invoices which created from the sale, the top categories, the top product categories, which are the top products sold through the advice, what are the salesperson, also appeared up here. Here you have also above a multiple filters against the country, and so on. What is the benchmark? These are the benchmarks. You can just go through into this and read out the workflow, and so on. Here's the logistics section. We enter in the logistics section like procurement in last 90 days, what we purchase, how many amount, how many orders, average orders, cost, and what are the lead time to receive. This is the amount received. Here's the graph for this. And you have also option to filter out by country. You have an option to filter out by vendor. You have option to filter out by categories, products, which products you buy a most. And the last, you have a buyer like your procurement guy, whatever the guy like a procurement person, you should search that wise. And what are the top RFQs? This is the top RFQ, top countries from where you purchase your orders, a top orders, a list of items like top purchase order. These are the purchase order, these are the RFQs, and the top vendors. Here's the top vendors which you from that vendor you buy a most, and these are the top products categories which you buy a most, which categories like seed and greenhouse you should buy a most with this amount. And if any late receipt should appear here that you did not receive this items, so it's also appeared here. This is the top buyer, a list of buyers like uh, this basically linked to this buyer field like your company person or procurement person. And these are the top products which you buy a most, top categories, the categories of product, top products, and top vendors, top orders. These are the purchase. You can also check this out by vendor wise. Like here you see a graph should appear here like this greens garden seeds vendor. We should have a revenue for 140421, purchasing cost, and so on up to so on. It shows up a vendor wise. And also is this is the total shows above. Here's the top orders. Here's the sourcing by country, top vendors, top buyers. You can also filter out by vendor wise. And the very next you have inventory on hand. Which stock stand in your hand like a current asset? Uh, on hand stock called as a current asset. So which stock stand in your hand from where locations? Like this is the value for stock which currently on hand, and stock quantity by location. Like this is the packing location. Here you see this blue one is the packing location, and this is the orange one is stock location, main stock location. So this 510057 and another one is 3270 appeared up here quantity. And also you see this the top location, this stock present the most. These are the top locations. This is the reserve. This is the on hand against this location. And here's also top product which stand in our stock like 396k for this premium sticker gloss in our stock. This item is present. These are the most item which are on hand in our stock. If any serial number and should appear here in this screen as well. So you can also check the stock by item wise like this item stock present in system, how many stock is present currently. It's have not any stock, so you can check it out by item wise as well, and also the location wise as well. Here's the location. You can also check the stock by location wise as well. So the very next you have an inventory workflow. Like these all are the like this is the receipt called a GRN, good receipt note, and this is the delivery order like issuance note to a customer or any relevant department. This is the packing location, a color scheme described here, so you can see uh, in which periods how many movements, stock movements moves on. Like you can filter in last the 90 days, last 7 days, and so on, with how many quantities should moves on in last how many days. So these are the top products which moves in last 90 days, like this 70 moves with this quantity and move to these particular concerned persons or partners or customers. And here's the warehouse. This is the top warehouse which I have moved this quantity, and these are the top locations of warehouses from quantities move. And the last one is the manufacturing, which we will later discuss. How many weekly production, most product produced, top product which are the produced, and so on. So these are basically the dashboard of order, where you can see your sales, where you can see your accounts, balance sheets, your net profit, and then the last you can see your purchase